Hey everyone, Piano Man Chuck here. Today I wanted to talk about musicians, whether you should be solo or go with a band. And this applies more towards pianists than anybody else, but it can also apply to guitarists and flautists and cellists and singer-songwriters or whatever solo instrument, accordion, whatever. But more so pianists, and let me tell you why, because when you walk into a restaurant with ambient music, or when you walk into a lounge with ambient music, it's usually a piano. So pianists have more control of whether they want to be with a band or solo. So let me take myself for example and go back. I was with a lot of bands in the past. The last one I was with was a 9-piece R&B band. Oh, and it was great. I mean, you've got the camaraderie of being with a band. Yeah, everybody's patting each other on the back. You've got friends, you've got support. But there's a couple downfalls of being with the band. The first one of being with a band is practice, rehearsal. I got my part right. Most people in the band got their part right. However, there's always one person that just doesn't get one part, and they need to rehearse that with the band until they get it right. So you're doing that song or that part over and over and over and over and over again until that one person gets it right. And I couldn't deal with that because, I mean, I got it right away. Most people got it right away, but there's always one person that's going to slow you down, and it's going to drag everybody in the band down until that one person gets that part right. And it may not always be the same person all the time. That shifts to another person as well. Okay, so that's one downfall of being in the band. The second one, and probably the biggest downfall of being in the band, is if you're serious and you want to make some money as a musician. Unless you're the Rolling Stones or the Beatles or Led Zeppelin or some well-known band, you're not going to be making that much money. Now, I was with a 9-piece R&B band, and do the math. We had this gig in Pasadena, and $400 basically for the night. We played 3 or 4 hours. We made $400. Nice, right? But divide that by 9 people, and what do you got? You got less than minimum wage. And it's because you're loading your equipment into your car, you're driving to the gig, and while you're unloading the equipment from the street to the venue, there's some cop out there that says, hey, you got to move your car right now. Oh, I just got to get this in. It's only going to take me 4 minutes. Can I have 4 minutes? Now, sir, or I'm going to write you a ticket. So you got things like that to deal with too. So not only do you have to get there early before the gig starts for sound check and setting things up, you're splitting all this stuff with all the band members. And for a lot of people, I mean, that's a great thing. You've got the camaraderie, you got the friendship, you got each other patting yourself on the back. It's a great thing. It's a great feeling. I mean, I can't deny that at all. But there's other people, I'm one of them, where a lot of what I make for a living depends on music. So when I'm performing, which is at restaurants or lounges or private parties, it's just me. So I get to keep 100% of the money, which is great. But you lose that camaraderie, which for me it's fine. For other people, the fun factor is kind of gone. And if you are going at it solo, there's other things you have to worry about. Practice, you do it yourself, and you do it until you know that you can do it right. So for me, that's not a problem. The other thing is, it's just you. If you make a mistake, people are going to hear that. If you're with a band, you're hiding behind all the other band members. You don't have to worry about that. You make a mistake, yeah, you're going to feel bad, but cool. Nobody knows who did it unless it's an obvious piano solo piece that you're playing. So that's the problem of being solo as well. But you get to keep all the money, so that's a big advantage. Tips. If you're at a restaurant or club where you're accepting tips, great. You get to split it with the band. If you're solo, you get that all to yourself. Now, if you're doing a wedding or a private party, there are no tips. So whatever you contracted to get for that night, that's what you're getting. So that's something that I just wanted to get across to everybody. There's advantages and disadvantages to each way, whether you're solo or whether you're with a band. That's up to you to decide. For me, I was with bands so long, but in the past 10 years I've been solo and I've never looked back. So, Piano Man Chuck, thanks for watching. Peace out.